there, and welcome to Yal's video series on 2S LGBTQI family planning. I'm Aruna Budram, and I'll be your host as we discuss family planning and assisted reproductive technologies for 2S LGBTQI communities in the Ontario context. In this episode, we'll be discussing Gab's question around information privacy in the family planning process. Gab asks, I'm so excited to share the news with my friends and family that I'm becoming a parent, but I don't want to violate my surrogate's privacy. What am I allowed to say? Thanks for the question, Gab. A lot of intended parents and surrogates worry about violating one another's privacy. Preparing to bring a child into the world is a very exciting time for all parties involved, but also brings up many different emotions. People are not always clear on what they are and are not allowed to say regarding the surrogacy journey they are undertaking. And that can add stress that is easily avoidable. So let's talk about how we can do that. First, we need to get something out of the way. There are no actual legal or regulatory rules regarding confidentiality when it comes to surrogacy or other forms of assisted reproduction, such as sperm donation, egg donation, or embryo donation. With that said, there are still some important things that you will need to keep in mind before you start shouting from the hilltops. Every surrogacy journey is different, and some people are okay with publicly sharing every detail of their surrogacy, including who their surrogate is. Others prefer to keep things private and only tell immediate family while keeping the identity of their surrogate totally off limits. By the same token, some surrogates are fine with strangers knowing the details of their role in your family journey, and others aren't. It essentially all comes down to what each party is comfortable with sharing and how that information can be shared. These details can and should be all explicitly written into your surrogacy agreement. For this reason, it is important that every surrogacy agreement include a confidentiality section that outlines what information can be shared, with whom, and how that's going to happen. Some intended parents are totally fine with sharing everything, including posting photos of the pregnancy, the surrogate, sonograms, and baby showers on social media. Others don't mind people knowing, but can be less comfortable with broadcasting such intimate details over social media. And others may want to keep the whole thing very private, telling no one or just specific people so that they can manage the information being shared. Likewise, some surrogates don't want their friends or family to know that they are acting as a surrogate. This can be a sensitive topic for some people. So various preferences and approaches need to be discussed and agreed upon. For these reasons, your surrogacy agreement's confidentiality section should be clear and explicit, including privacy around the surrogate's identity, images, and other updates of the pregnancy, and what information is allowed to be shared with whom offline and online. When negotiating what confidentiality will look like in a surrogacy agreement, there may be differing expectations with the level of confidentiality and disclosure wanted or expected between the intended parents and the surrogate. It is crucial that both sides retain a lawyer with experience in fertility law to help them negotiate the level of confidentiality and disclosure that they are comfortable with. Now, what happens if either party breaches confidentiality, discloses more information than they should, or information gets leaked to people who aren't supposed to know? Well, this is a risk both parties need to consider. What happens in those situations will depend on the individual circumstances and details of the surrogacy agreement. So again, it is important that you speak with a fertility lawyer when preparing your surrogacy agreement. They will be able to help guide you in thinking through the risks, how to mitigate them, and any potential remedies that can be pursued as a result of any breaches. This is an exciting time for everyone involved, and it is expected that people want to share this news with people that they care about. However, before sharing any information, it is important to have a surrogacy agreement in place to make sure everyone is aware of what they can and can't safely say, and what happens if someone says, just too much. For more information and videos covering your questions related to 2S LGBTQI family planning through assisted reproduction, visit our program website at the link in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us at EGAL Canada on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn.